Hello, my name is Frank Newman with Lifesaver Tutoring. We're looking now at SAT Math Practice Section 1, Problem 16, the last problem in the practice section. Let pound y be defined as pound y equals y squared plus y for all values of y. Whenever we have these weird symbol problems where they define a new symbol, I like to write that below with plenty of space to work stuff out below it. Now, here we get this equation. If pound t equals pound t minus 4, then what's the value of t? The biggest mistake students will make is that they'll think they have to do something with that equation right away. We want to actually wait on that, and instead just look at every appearance of the pound sign and figure out what each one means. So the first appearance is pound t. So I'm going to say pound t equals. Now what this means, because pound y is y squared plus y, pound t is t squared plus t. I'm going to now also look at the other instance of the pound sign, which is pound of t minus 4. This is a little trickier, but the same idea. And that is because pound y is y squared plus y, then pound of this thing is this thing squared plus this thing, putting t minus 4 wherever y used to be in that equation. Okay, now that we have unpacked pound t and pound of t minus 4, now we can go back and decide to look at that equation that said pound t equals pound of t minus 4. Because now below each one, we're going to replace it with the version that didn't have a pound sign in it. So pound t, that really just means t squared plus t. And pound of t minus 4, that really just means t minus 4 squared plus t minus 4. Now, it's a struggle here to do this problem with not enough space. On the SAT, use lots of space. If you run out of space, you can look for space that went unused on other problems. You just don't want to cramp. And so what I might have to do is to erase. But on the SAT, you wouldn't want to erase. You would just want to find space in other places. So here I go. T squared plus t equals. This here, t minus 4 squared, that means t minus 4 times t minus 4. Some people have a fast way of doing that, or some people will FOIL it out. But what we come up with, t squared plus t equals, when we do this FOIL, it's t squared minus 4t minus another 4t, and then plus 16, and all of that is still plus t minus 4. I hate not having enough space here. It really makes a huge difference. So let's create the space. I'll erase, and we start combining things. So t squared plus t equals, if we look at the other side, we have a t squared. If you combine all the t's, it should say minus 9t, and then combining the numbers, it'll say plus 12. So what I might do here is subtract t squared from both sides. Those go away, and let's continue up here. We end up with here t equals negative 9t plus 12. If I add 9t to both sides, then these go away, and I get 10t equals 12. I'll divide by 10. I can put this in the calculator, 12 over 10, and then math enter reduces the fraction, and that tells me 6 over 5, and that's the answer. A couple important notes about other ways to do this problem. One is, if you get this far, If you get so far as this line where we've removed all the pound signs and it's just an equation, you can actually use your graphing calculator to solve the equation. There's a pretty remarkable feature of the calculator, is that what you want to do to find t is you just let the left side of the equation equal y1 and the right side equal y2. So basically you go to y equals, you say y1 equals, although you're not going to say t because it uses x. So you're going to say y1 equals x squared plus x. You'll say y2 equals x minus 4 squared plus x minus 4. So you type that right in. I'm going to type that right now. And then you look at the graph, and what you're looking for is to see where the two curves intersect. And if we look, it looks something like this, roughly speaking. Not exactly, but they cross in one place. And so you can find that place by going into the calc menu. That is, you push second, and then you push trace. And there should be the fifth option is intersect. So we're going to do intersect. And then you can actually just press enter, 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 and it'll find that point of intersection for you. And it is telling me that x equals 1.5, which is very interesting because 1.5 is 3 over 2, and I got 6 over 5. This is an interesting moment. Let's see if I can figure out what went wrong. In the graphing calculator, I'm double checking. Yes, I typed x squared plus x, and yes, for y2, I did x minus 4 in parentheses squared plus x minus 4. This graph sure looks reliable to me, so it looks like the mistake must have been in my algebra. So now I'm going to say probably the answer was 3/2. And it's good to see even experienced, smart math tutors make mistakes too. But the key is when you make a mistake, you want to find where it is, and then you'll learn the kinds of mistakes you make and how to avoid them in the future. I am sitting on pins and needles to see what this mistake was. So here I am, t squared plus t equals t minus 4 squared plus t minus 4. So t squared plus t, I'm working it through again. I've got t minus 4 times t minus 4, and then plus t minus 4. I get t squared plus t equals, and when we FOIL this out, I do get, I'm pretty confident, t squared minus 8t plus 16, and then plus t minus 4. Oh, I think I see what it's going to be. How about that? Okay. If I combine like terms on the right side, it's actually t squared, not minus 9t, but minus 7t. You gotta be careful with that. This was a minus and this was a plus. So minus 7t plus 12. And then if we subtract off the t squareds, we come up with this equation, which I'm going to write over here. T equals negative 7t plus 12. We add 7t to both sides. The 7t's go away. We get 8t equals 12. We divide by 8. If you do this in the calculator, 12 over 8, and then you do math, enter, enter, it is going to tell you 3/2 actually. So the answer is 3 over 2. That is really bad luck that the mistake I made was one of the answer choices, because if you make a mistake and it's not in the answer choices, then at least you know to try again. So I only caught that because I was showing you how to do this on the graphing calculator with the graphs, but on the real SAT, I probably would have just circled 6/5 and I would have been done with it. But yeah, the mistake was in combining like terms, we should have gotten minus a 7t instead of minus a 9t. Maybe the test writers actually anticipated that kind of mistake in order to come up with the answer 6 over 5. Seems like a weird coincidence. Anyway, there you go. Take-home message, if there's symbols, you want to write the definition of that symbol and then wait on the equation. Unpack each part of the equation, and once you've done that, then you can look at the equation, and then you can substitute in, so you get something like this. And then, if the algebra seems daunting to you, go to the calculator. Put the left in y1 and put the right side in y2, see where they intersect. We get 1.5, that's 3/2. And this SAT Math Practice Section 1 comes to a merciful close. I hope you've enjoyed it. And signing off from Lifesaver Tutoring, this is Frank Newman. Enjoy your math.